We've sort of like silently normalized $1,500 car payments for SUVs and trucks. And the reality is this Audi was a lemon. It happens, right? I'm gonna get a lot of probably hate or love or maybe some mixed reviews and mixed signal on this video, but what's going on, Yusuf here, right with Yusuf, and it's another update video, but it doesn't look like an update video because everything looks the same, but it's not the same. Same, but different. And I'm your only car dealer / person that'll wear a nice dress shirt with sweatpants and them flip-flops. So you can make fun of me all you want. Anyways, let's go inside and see how far we've came on this build. All right, so the hex light is finally up, doing some last touches and kind of make it look a little bit better. Tons of trash we're gonna throw away here shortly. Our mezzanine is starting to be built. So we're gonna have the admin office up here. Lulu, the Lulu is still looking for a man, so if you got somebody for her, all she knows how to do is racist comments.
That's one day.
One day of what? Espérate, hold on, where are you going? Bang. Guys, it's taken him 17 days to put one AC mini split in.
You see, everything is concrete.
Yes,
all of it. You see?
Yeah.
All of it is concrete. That's very hard to...
And then you put the vents in, you're gonna put them in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really cool.
All right, I'm gonna go get the cabinet for you. Yeah, I'm gonna get the cabinet for you. You're gonna return these?
Yes.
Okay.
You guys bring it up.
I have the receipt, yeah. And then the trash can. Yeah, that's okay.
Everything.
Dale. And don't forget, you're putting the old mirror.
Yes.
Okay? And then what do you call it? The trash guy, I called him, he didn't answer. Maybe he called me back. What about the steel door? Oh, bro, it works, the light? This one works?
Yes.
Let me see.
But that's only one light, that doesn't work.
Se fue la luz. It's still crooked over there, Adrian. Up there, it's still crooked. No mama's way.
Hello.
I'll look at it later. I'll see it later. But just fix that. It's crooked.
This one is no work.
How is it wrong? Yeah. Because somebody crinkled it. You see it?
Where'd you buy?
Atlanta LED warehouse next to you. I'll send you the address. And then that one. What about this one? It's slanted.
No. Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
But that's no work.
Yeah, because you broke it.
Maybe.
Dale. Adrian, I have another warehouse I need you to do after this one. Okay?
That you?
No, that's that.
In the bathroom?
Nice. Nice. Beautiful. Bello. That's good.
1, 2, 3.
What about since you're not gonna do the front, you gotta come and clean this out. I told you. Because I'm gonna have the guy do the bobcat for up front, so you gotta come and Dale, everything else is good? Yeah, I see, yeah.
There is more one?
Yeah, let me see. Oh, you already put the small lights up?
Yes.
Don't forget to seal the hole so there's no moisture coming out. Oh, very nice, very good, very nice.
So, Rigo, that one.
In the middle, my friend, what about that one?
Nah, that one.
Huh?
Very solid.
Look at that, very beautiful, beautiful. Aquí? Ahí?
No.
Look at this crooked ass thing, bro. You have to make it like this.
Hey.
Like this. Okay?
That's not. He need to come in to install it everything.
And don't forget the
Power.
the roof.
See?
Yeah, I know, but the roof guy's coming. Don't forget. He's gonna put all the material right here for the siding and all that. He's gonna put it right here. We buy everything. We're sorry guys, I'm supposed to be narrating, but anyways, we're putting a roof right here. We're redoing the roof with metal and then gonna enclose this to be a recon area for detailing and whatnot. And then we're getting the AC units installed, redoing the roof on the top, clearing out all this brush, and then we're getting this ready for August 5th, so that way they can get the asphalt done. So yeah, lots of major updates here. Office is almost done. We got the hex lights up, as you can see. And then one over here. They're gonna make it look nice and all. I don't know why he can't make it go through there and go up there, but you know, who am I? Hey, Adrian. Adrian.
Yes, sir.
Where are you at? Why, can he do this? Why he don't do this? Why he don't make it look clean and put the wire through there and connect there and seal it off? He gonna do that, okay? Okay, over here too?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, dale. Okay, bro. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, that one, you see?
Yeah, beautiful.
Never change it.
Beautiful, beautiful. It's not working, but it's okay. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Don't forget the floor over here too. You see how he needs to put another plank over here? You can see it. This is not gonna cover it. Just gotta put one. See that?
Yeah.
So, one thing that's almost complete is the office here. It's looking really good. Hex lights are going up. We have this temporary desk set up here, so that way we can pass Georgia state inspection. You have to have a desk, a phone, and the sign on the side. The sign is already up. So it's actually looking really good. Even though you guys may not think it looks good, I probably posted like 7 YouTube videos of the same update video. So anyways, coming in here, we have the bathroom being done, and we have the AC lines being installed for the customer room. So really cool stuff happening here. Like I said, should be another week or two. Last week video I said it should be 3 weeks. Now we should be down to like 1.5, 2 weeks to get finished. So let's go ahead and get into some reaction videos on the internet, on the interwebs. Let's see what has been popular, what's hot and what's not.
Do not buy an Audi SQ5. I've had a 2025 SQ5 for about 2 weeks. Within 24 hours, I was already having sensor alarms. It wouldn't go into park. It was just like 7, 8 alarms all at the same time. Over the last 2 weeks, I've spent 8+ hours at Audi. Still not able to link the digital key. Still not being able to figure out why all of these alarms are going off all the time. They've done an update. Honestly, love the aesthetics. Absolutely obsessed with the aesthetics in this car. I will actually stitch in like a night view of the car. Aesthetics are just chef's kiss, but sensor-wise, like software issue, just not worth it for the price.
Well, this lady had a bad experience with an Audi SQ5 brand new 2027. And the reality is, this Audi was a lemon. It happens, right? I know plenty of happy customers and happy people that have bought the new Audi line, the new updates on their, whole entire, whether it be the A-Class, the, S-Class, or, the Audi A4, A5, SQ5, Q5, whatever. So, and again, the comments, again, one guy says, she's talking about my Escalade. Another comment on there says, I work at an Audi dealer. As far as those warning lights, they're all tied to the same KD2 software update. It takes about 8 hours for the digital key from Audi app. It's a lot easier to link your phone as opposed to the hard silver card. One guy said, I quit buying motor vehicles built after 1994. I'm the one that has to diagnose fixing myself. Yeah, I mean, I agree. One last comment on here I'll read is like, don't knock the product because of one car. Absolutely right. Lemons happen all the time. That's why there's a lemon buyback law, where in a situation like this, when you get a brand new car and you've had multiple issues over and over, you can open a claim for, Audi USA or whatever, the dealership to buy it back, right? So sounds like a simple fix, but I do get it. When you buy something new, you don't want any issues. You think it's going to be fine, but unfortunately stuff happens. And she has like 5 updates. I'm not going to go through all of them. So let's see. We have some advice from somebody that's saying how to buy a vehicle the best way.
Never tell a dealership that you have a car to trade in until after you've negotiated price. Trust me on this. Dealerships like to hide your trade-in inside the price of the vehicle, and they play around with numbers to make either look better than it actually is. So you should negotiate the price first. Pretend you don't have a trade-in. Once the price is exactly where you want it to be on the car that you're planning on buying, be like, actually, I think I want to trade in my vehicle. They're going to be like, F. Yeah, thank me later. Comment screwed, and I'm going to send you the free dealership checklist and the link to pre-order my book that's launching June 17th.
Oh, there we go. So she's selling something.
Again.
What she did was she did the whole trade-in in her own video, right? She lets you watch it and say, hey, she wants to do a trade. Anyways, I'm going to get a lot of probably hate or love, or maybe some mixed reviews and mixed signal on this video, but when you are buying a car, most dealerships should be as transparent as possible, as quick as possible. And obviously there's a stigma with dealerships buying vehicles that dealerships are scumbags, going to throw in a bunch of junk fees and just kind of hit you on the head with your trade-in and whatnot. I will tell you from personal experience, for me as a car dealer myself, if you hit me with the trade-in number at the last minute, it will definitely lengthen the deal and complicate the deal. Especially working with a one-price store, it's not going to work out. So trade in at the front or the end and the back or the front of the deal, it doesn't really matter, right? you need to focus on your out-the-door price. This is where you come in with your budget. Again, the dealership is a business and you are also trying to conduct business with the dealership, so you need to understand what you're buying into, what you can afford, your credit situation before. Don't blame the dealership that they didn't give you a good trade-in number because you didn't come properly assessed with the correct, tools that you need in order for you to understand what your car should be worth, right? And sometimes as dealers, we do over-allow on trade so we can get the deal done, but that's not most cases. So if I were you, be upfront, let them know your credit situation, let them know you want to trade in a vehicle, and if the deal is there, shop the deal around with 3-4 dealerships and see what has the best deal. This is why Carly.today is going to complement your car buying or selling experience. Carly.today, sign up for free, almost ready to launch, free newsletter, and again, this is a startup I've been working on for a long time. But yeah, I disagree with her. Don't get everybody worked up and right before you sign, you're like, I want to trade in my vehicle. It's not going to work out. And if you want to do that, sure, you're going to complicate the deal from my perspective. And this is not me going against consumers and saying, oh, well, you're a dealer, you just want to make more money. No, if you don't get the number you like for your car, you can sell it to anybody else, or you can keep it, or you can go shop the deal. That's the reality of it, right? So yeah, I disagree with her. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should you tell about your trade-in up front or whenever you think is an appropriate time? Crashing out over a monthly payment on her 2026 Ford Expedition.
Okay, quick story time because I fear I may be overreacting. So I just left the dealership. I went specifically to a Ford dealership. I'm sitting in my paid off Ford Expedition 2018 to be exact. And let me tell you what just happened. Take a wild guess about how much a brand new 2026 Ford Expedition Platinum Max with the ultimate package would cost for a lease. Okay, I'll let you guess. $1,700. 71700. The same exact price that my 4-bedroom, 3-bath mortgage is, minus a couple $100. What are they thinking? I don't know. Maybe it was because it was me going in there and I was like, you know what? Me as a 35-year-old female can walk into a dealership and just, test drive a vehicle and ask for some lease numbers. I don't know. How hard can it be? Boys do it, right? So I walk in there. First question, how much do you want your payment to be? Sir, Michael, I just want you to run some numbers ethically and tell me how much you can do it for. Okay? So he said, yeah, no problem. 48-month lease, $1,700. I laughed in the man's face.
Look, unfortunately, like if you want an $80,000, $90,000 car or $120,000, $130,000 lease, and yeah, it's going to be up there. It's going to be $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 without insurance. You could be well over $2,000. And unfortunately, we've sort of like silently normalized $1,500 car payments for SUVs and trucks. That's just what it is. In this situation, you are financing or leasing almost a $100,000 car, and with that comes a high price tag, right? But the reality is a lot of people think that it's just uncommon. As of right now, the average used car price is $27,027, and the average new car price right now is $49,758, with the average new car payment hovering around $777 without insurance. So you're probably going to be around $1,000 a month on average for a new car payment, and that's for a car at $50,000. Now, what if you're at 100? So you're paying double. That's the math that adds up, $1,400, $1,500, and that's normalized. And everybody thinks it's uncommon. Go to a dealership. Kias, you can lease a Kia for $900. Not a Mercedes, not a Jeep, but a Kia. Kias can get up to $900. So again, this isn't uncommon to have really expensive lease payments or finance payments. This is why you buy within your means. You buy something older, you buy something that's already depreciated, you shop around the deal, you understand your credit situation. Nothing's more attractive than a paid off cash car in most cases. But if you make it and can afford it, that's the reality. People are paying that. So yeah. All right, guys, that's enough here at, the new Atlanta AutoHaus demo / under construction studio. So I just want to thank you guys for all the love. Please like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, let me know in the comment section what more content you're looking for, how you like the new reactions and whatnot. I'm sure you guys are going to comment on the way I dress. It is what it is. The toes is out, but it's all good. Thank you guys again for watching. And remember to check us out soon at Atlanta AutoHaus, and also sign up for Carly.today It's an amazing platform. I think we have almost 6,000 people signed up, and I appreciate all the love. So the goal is to have at least 20,000 by the end of the year. So Carly.today, complete, transparent way of you getting more informed and becoming more confident when you're buying or selling your car, and also finding a dealership that's going to earn your business without all of the games and gimmicks that they play. So thanks again for watching, guys.